Right now, though, let's bring in Ron Paul. He's congressman from Texas, a former presidential candidate for the Libertarian Party, but now running for president, obviously, as a Republican and getting a lot of attention, especially on the Internet. He's with us now. How are you doing, Ron?
Doing fine, Joe. Nice to be with you.
Hey, good to be with you, too. I guess the big news over the past month has been that you raised $4 million in one day, mainly on the Internet, with a fundraising drive that you didn't even help organize. Is this what we're seeing, the coming age of the Internet?
Well, I think it depends. It depends what you have to offer. We didn't organize the Internet. I don't think it's so much about me as it is about an issue. And people are tired of big government, and they're tired of these deficits. They're tired of the war. And I think we offer a different program, and I think people are responding to it. So I think it has to be the issue. Some people call us other campaigns, like you might suspect. They want to know the technique and who the organizer is. It has nothing to do with that. The people organize spontaneously because they endorse the message.
Well, you know, the Internet obviously been used to good effect by Howard Dean 4 years ago and by your supporters this year to raise money. But the question is, does that Internet support translate into votes? Are you seeing that in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, these early states that you have to have a good showing in?
Yeah, I think all of those states, our polls are going up. You know, we started at a low level, and if you double twice, you're still in single digits. But the movement is in the right direction. Others are either standing still or going down. So fundraising for us has gone up continuously when others have had a lot of trouble raising money. And now that's translating into more attention in the ordinary media as well as going up in the polls. And the volunteers, that day we raised a lot of money. So we had 20,000 new volunteers and new names in one day and didn't cost a penny. I mean, this to me is astounding because I always did my fundraising through direct mail. And to get 20,000 new people in one day, something very strange is going on here.
That is stunning.
It's Mika here. I'm wondering, sir, at what point do you throw in the towel, or are you not going to? At what point do you look at the numbers, the money you've raised versus the votes you think you can get?
Well, I think it's way premature to think about that. I guess what we're thinking about right now is December 16th, because they claim they're going to do what they did on the 5th of November, even more so. So we're looking toward that, and then we're looking toward all the primaries, and then February 5th. And then you start talking about how you've done and what you should do, and is the momentum picking up. And I think as long as the momentum is there and we keep doing better, I would be obligated to stay in.
Well, and by the way, let me interrupt for a second here, Ron. I mean, Mika, he's raising $4 million a day. Why do you drop out when you're raising $4 million a day?
Well, I know. And also, whenever we mention his name, we get like 80,000 emails. So, no, I'm not denying that there's something happening with him. At the same time,
I guess the bigger question is, how do you get the traction? So you raise $4 million. They're going to do another event for you. If they raise $4 or $5 million more, you've got about $10 million. Do you dump that money in Iowa? Do you dump it in New Hampshire? How do you spend it so you can go from being at 4, 5, 6% of the polls to 10 or 12%? I mean, of course, you're beating Fred Thompson in New Hampshire, but everybody.
Yeah, how do you make it translate?
Well, it's a tremendous burden put on us and a responsibility. We have all this money now. We didn't plan to have this much money, so our obligation is to figure out how to spend it. So we're doing our best, and we're buying television and buying radio and sending out a lot of direct mail. So we're doing our very best to meet our obligation to fulfill the request from our supporters. But that's not that difficult. You know, we just add a new state. It used to be there would be about 2 or 3 states we would do. I'm in South Carolina now. Of course, New Hampshire's important, and Iowa. But we're talking about more states now because the funds are there, and sort of the market is providing the demand, and they're supplying the money. So our obligation is to fulfill those requests.
It is stunning that you raised $4 million with a campaign event that you don't even organize yourself, and now they're talking about raising more money. And again, how do you translate that into votes? I want to ask you, do you think you might be getting the support from a lot of frustrated Republicans who see the front runners and don't think that Rudy Giuliani or Mitt Romney or John McCain or Fred Thompson or Mike Huckabee are conservative enough?
Oh, absolutely. And I when I have a rally, like last night we had a fairly good-sized rally at Myrtle Beach. We had about 400 people there. And I stayed until anybody wanted to talk to me could, so I asked them, where they're coming from. And it's either Republican ordinary, and they're just conservative base, Republicans who have left the party, people who have never been involved in politics, independents, Green Party people, and Democrats. Other than that, we don't reach out to very many other people.
Dr. Paul, it's Willie. Guys, before we let you go, I have to ask you, I know you've been spending a lot of time lately with my friend Tucker Carlson. And
he'll get you in trouble. Don't do it, Ron. Don't do it.
He brought somebody to one of your rallies who I really think will change the face of the 2008 presidential election. It's Dennis Hoff, the owner of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
What's Tucker doing?
He announced that he was endorsing Dr. Paul yesterday.
Is this a good thing?
Do you welcome this endorsement? As you should, Dr. Paul.
Joe, I'm surprised you set me up like that.
Can you believe that?
Do that. Well, the short answer, the important answer is we endorse freedom. We don't endorse what people do with their freedom. We endorse freedom of religion, but that doesn't mean we endorse the type of religion they practice.
Yeah, you know, Ron, Willie Geist just clenched his fist, as did all the cameramen in here. If you could send up some bumper stickers, I think Willie's going to put it on his Hummer or whatever SUV you're driving.
I understand why Dr. Paul has to downplay it on national television, but we all know he's pumping his fist.
You're excited about that.
Yeah, of course.